Welcome to Coins History, treasure hunters. This is not pocket change. This is American coin royalty. Rare Washington quarter dollar coins are selling for unbelievable amounts, and most people spend them without even looking. Don't make that mistake. This video could save you thousands. Coin 1. Welcome back to Coins History, the place where pocket change turns into hidden treasure and ordinary coins reveal extraordinary secrets. Today's video is not just about a coin, it's about a shockingly rare discovery that most people completely ignore. If you have ever held a Washington quarter in your hand, this story might change the way you look at every coin forever. The United States of America has produced many legendary coins, but very few modern coins carry the mystery, history, and jaw-dropping value of the rare state Washington quarter dollar connected to the long timeline from 1889 to 2007. This is not an ordinary circulation coin. This is a proof-set actual coin that slipped under the radar, confusing collectors, shocking experts, and turning small metal into serious money. Most people think Washington quarters are common. Millions were minted, billions were spent, and almost everyone has seen one. But what if I told you that inside this familiar design exists an extremely rare version that was never meant for daily use, never meant for pockets, and never meant to be spent? This Washington state quarter stands apart because of its proof-only origin. Proof coins are specially struck using polished dies and carefully prepared planchets. They are made for collectors, not circulation. Every detail is sharper. Every line is cleaner. The surfaces shine with a mirror-like finish that instantly separates them from regular quarters. Now imagine this. Somewhere along the long history of U.S. minting, a proof Washington quarter escaped its protected set. It entered the real world. It mixed with ordinary coins. And today, someone could unknowingly own it without realizing what it truly is. Collectors search for this coin because of its flawless strike, deep cameo contrast, razor-sharp lettering, and perfect fields. The eagle details, the Washington portrait, and the edge reading all show signs that only a true proof coin can display. Even under low light, the difference is undeniable once you know what to look for. The historical timeline tied to this quarter adds another layer of fascination. The connection to Washington state, its admission-era symbolism, and the long minting narrative stretching through generations make this coin a bridge between American heritage and modern numismatic excellence. Serious collectors pay close attention to mint quality, preservation, and originality. This is where the real value explodes. A proof Washington quarter that remains untouched, free from scratches, cleaning marks, or circulation wear, instantly becomes a high-demand collectible. Add rarity to that condition, and suddenly the coin enters a completely different league. Auction records and private collector interest show that elite buyers are always hunting for proof coins that should not exist outside their sets. When one surfaces, competition becomes intense. These coins are not bought casually. They are acquired as investment-grade assets. What makes this even more exciting is that many people still underestimate state quarters. They assume modern coins cannot be valuable. That assumption has already cost people life-changing money. History has proven again and again that rarity, condition, and story matter far more than age alone. If you ever come across a Washington quarter with unusually sharp details, mirror-like shine, deep contrast between frosted designs and glossy fields, do not rush to spend it. That single moment of curiosity could separate you from a major financial mistake. Professional grading is critical. Authentication confirms whether the coin is truly a proof strike and whether it originated from an official proof set. Once verified, the coin's status changes instantly. It is no longer pocket change. It becomes a serious collector's piece. Collectors across the United States actively search for rare Washington quarters, proof state quarters, and error or escape coins that entered circulation by accident. Demand continues to rise, especially for coins connected to limited production and perfect preservation. Now here comes the part that makes this story unforgettable. When this exact rare proof Washington state quarter dollar is confirmed, authenticated, and preserved in top condition, its estimated value is not a few $100s, not a few $1,000s, but somewhere between $45,000 and $55,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single quarter. One coin. a value that can rival a new car or a house down payment. That is why collectors never stop searching. That is why knowledge is power. And that is why every coin deserves a second look. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most expensive rare Washington quarters from the United States of America, make sure to hit the like button, share this video with fellow coin lovers, and subscribe to Coins History for more hidden treasures and unbelievable coin stories. Tell us in the comments, have you ever checked your quarters closely? Thanks for watching. And as always, happy collecting. Coin 2. Where ordinary coins turn into unbelievable discoveries and forgotten change reveals shocking value. Today's story is about a state quarter that most people overlook, yet serious collectors quietly chase with passion and patience. If you think state quarters are common, stay with me, because this Louisiana quarter might completely change your mindset. The United States of America introduced state quarters to celebrate history, culture, and identity. Louisiana holds a special place in American history, with deep roots going back to 1812 and a powerful presence continuing through 2002. That timeline alone makes this quarter more than metal. It makes it a symbol. But this is not just any Louisiana quarter dollar. This is a rare proof set actual coin that was never meant to circulate. Proof coins are struck under special conditions, using polished dies and superior planchets. They are designed to be perfect. Sharp details, mirror-like fields, frosted designs that stand out like artwork. Somehow, somewhere, one of these proof Louisiana quarters escaped its protective set. It entered the real world. It blended in with regular change. And today, it could be sitting unnoticed in a collection, a drawer, or even a coin jar. Collectors know the Louisiana State Quarter by its iconic design honoring the Louisiana Purchase and the historic gateway role of the state. But proof versions take this design to another level. Every line is crisp. Every edge is precise. The contrast between light and shadow feels almost unreal. When you compare a normal circulation Louisiana quarter to a proof strike, the difference is immediate. Proof coins reflect light like glass. The details pop. The surfaces are smooth and flawless. Even the smallest lettering appears sharp and bold. Now here's where the greed kicks in. Proof coins that escape into circulation are extremely rare. Many are damaged over time. Only a tiny number survive in near-perfect condition. When one does, collectors go wild. These coins are not just collectibles. They become investment-grade assets. Professional numismatists search for specific indicators: deep cameo contrast, untouched surfaces, original mint brilliance, and zero evidence of cleaning. If a proof Louisiana quarter checks all these boxes, it instantly becomes elite. The historical connection makes it even stronger. Louisiana represents expansion, opportunity, and transformation in American history. A proof coin tied to this symbolism carries emotional value, historical value, and financial value all at once. Auction houses and private collectors compete aggressively for rare proof state quarters. Many sales never even reach public listings. Deals happen quietly, behind closed doors, where serious money moves fast. What's shocking is how many people still assume modern quarters are worthless. That belief has already cost people fortunes. State quarters may be modern, but rarity does not follow age. It follows survival, condition, and demand. If you ever find a Louisiana quarter with an unusually sharp strike, mirror-like shine, and frosted details that look almost sculpted, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not spend it. That single decision could protect something extraordinary. Authentication and grading are essential. Once certified as a genuine proof set coin, its value changes dramatically. What once looked like 25 cents suddenly enters a completely different financial universe. Across the United States, collectors are constantly hunting for rare state quarters, proof errors, and accidental releases from mint sets. Louisiana proof quarters are among the most exciting finds because of their bold design and strong collector demand. Now let's talk about what everyone really wants to know. When a rare Louisiana state quarter dollar from an official proof set is discovered, authenticated, and preserved in top condition, its estimated value can reach between $45,000 and $59,000. Yes. A single quarter. A small piece of metal. A value that can change lives. That is why knowledge matters. That is why collectors never stop searching. And that is why every coin deserves a second look. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most expensive rare Louisiana state quarters from the United States of America, smash that like button, share this video with fellow coin lovers, and subscribe to Coins History for more hidden treasures and shocking coin values. Tell us in the comments, have you checked your state quarters recently? Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Coin 3. Welcome back to Coins History. Today's video is for anyone who has ever underestimated a quarter, because the coin we are talking about today proves that even the most familiar money can hide an extraordinary secret. The Washington quarter dollar from 1967 is usually dismissed as ordinary. People see the date, recognize the design, and assume it has no serious value. But among advanced collectors, this exact year has a quiet reputation. Not because of circulation coins, but because of something far more exclusive. 1967 was a unique period in United States coin history. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing proof coins under controlled conditions, strictly intended for collectors. These coins were never designed for everyday use. They were crafted to be perfect. A proof Washington quarter begins its life very differently from a normal quarter. The coin blanks are carefully prepared. The dies are polished to a mirror finish. Each coin is struck with precision to bring out details that regular coins simply cannot show. The result is a coin with deep mirrored fields, sharp edges, and frosted design elements that appear almost sculpted. To an untrained eye, a proof coin might look shiny. To a trained collector, it looks alive. Now here is where the story becomes fascinating. A small number of proof Washington quarters from 1967 somehow left their original proof sets. Whether through human error, mishandling, or separation over time, these coins found their way outside the protected environment they were meant to stay in. Most did not survive well. Proof surfaces are delicate. Scratches, cleaning, or circulation damage can destroy their value instantly. But a very small number remained untouched, preserved in near-perfect condition. Those are the coins that collectors dream about. When experts examine a potential proof Washington quarter, they don't rely on shine alone. They study the surface under magnification. They look for deep cameo contrast between the frosted portrait of Washington and the mirror-like background. They check the uniformity of the edge reading and the sharpness of the lettering. Every tiny detail matters. What makes the 1967 Washington quarter especially desirable is its historical position. It comes from a transitional era in U.S. coinage, a time when minting techniques and policies were evolving. That context adds depth to the coin's story and increases collector demand. In the world of serious numismatics, proof coins that should not exist outside their sets are considered elite finds. They are rarely advertised publicly. When one appears, negotiations often happen privately, quietly, and quickly. Collectors understand that coins like this are not just collectibles. They are tangible pieces of American history and long-term stores of value. What makes this story even more exciting is how close this coin can be to everyday life. It could be sitting in an old collection passed down through family. It could be resting inside a forgotten proof set. Or it could be stored away by someone who never realized what they owned. That is why experienced collectors always say knowledge is more important than luck. If you ever come across a 1967 Washington quarter with unusually sharp details, flawless mirrored surfaces, and no visible wear, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. And absolutely do not spend it. Professional authentication and grading are critical. Once a coin is confirmed as an actual proof set Washington quarter, its status changes completely. It is no longer pocket change. It becomes a high-level collectible. Across the United States, demand for rare Washington quarters, proof coins, and high-grade examples continues to grow. As fewer pristine examples remain, competition among collectors becomes stronger. And now comes the moment everyone waits for. When a genuine 1967 Washington quarter dollar from an official proof set is authenticated and preserved in top condition. Its estimated value can reach somewhere between $45,000 and $79,000. 1/4 year. A remarkable piece of history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most expensive rare Washington quarters from the United States of America, please like this video, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, and subscribe to Coins History for more hidden treasures and unbelievable coin stories. Let us know in the comments, have you ever taken a closer look at your Washington quarters? Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Coin 4. Welcome back to Coins History. Today's story is about a Washington quarter that quietly challenges everything people think they know about modern U.S. coins. A coin most Americans would never look at twice, yet one that has become a silent obsession among advanced collectors. The Washington quarter dollar dated 1970 is often overlooked. It doesn't scream rarity. It doesn't look unusual at first glance. And because of that, it has managed to hide in plain sight for decades. But behind this ordinary appearance is a proof set coin with a very unusual story. By 1970, the United States Mint had refined its proof coin production to an exceptional level. Proof coins were not made for circulation. They were carefully struck for collectors using specially prepared dies and highly polished blanks. Every step of the process was controlled. Every detail was intentional. A proof Washington quarter from 1970 shows characteristics that circulation coins can never replicate. The fields are smooth and reflective like a mirror. The design elements appear frosted, sharp, and raised. Washington's portrait shows depth and clarity that feels almost sculptural. To a casual observer, it may simply look shiny. To a serious collector, it looks deliberate. Now here is where the story becomes truly compelling. A small number of proof Washington quarters from 1970 did not remain inside their original proof sets. Over time, some were separated, mishandled, or redistributed without proper identification. These coins entered a world they were never meant to be part of. Most proof coins do not survive this transition. Proof surfaces are extremely sensitive. Even minor contact can leave marks that permanently affect value. Cleaning, polishing, or circulation wear can destroy collectability in seconds, but a very limited number survived untouched. Collectors search relentlessly for these survivors. They examine coins under magnification, studying surface preservation, strike quality, and visual contrast. They look for deep mirrored backgrounds with no haze. They look for crisp lettering and uniform edge reading. They look for that unmistakable proof appearance that cannot be faked. What makes the 1970 Washington quarter especially interesting is its timing. It belongs to an era when U.S. coinage was stabilizing after major changes in composition and minting practices. Coins from this period carry both technical and historical importance. In the numismatic world, proof coins that exist outside their expected environment are considered anomalies. And anomalies attract attention. When one of these proof Washington quarters appears in high condition, it rarely becomes public knowledge immediately. Transactions often happen privately. Serious collectors understand the scarcity and move quickly. These coins are not impulse purchases. They are strategic acquisitions. What makes this story even more exciting is how easily this coin could be overlooked. It might be resting inside an old proof set collection. It could be stored in a safety box. It might even be sitting in a group of coins labeled modern quarters, with no further inspection. This is why experienced collectors always say that value begins with awareness. If you ever encounter a 1970 Washington quarter that displays sharp detail, flawless mirrored surfaces, and no signs of wear, pause. Do not clean it. Do not test it. Do not assume it is ordinary. Professional authentication is essential. Only proper grading can confirm whether a coin is truly a proof set issue and whether its condition meets collector standards. Once confirmed, the perception of the coin changes completely. It is no longer viewed as spare change. It becomes a certified collectible with serious market demand. Across the United States, interest in rare Washington quarters continues to grow. Proof coins, especially those with exceptional eye appeal and originality, are increasingly sought after by both collectors and long-term investors. And now comes the part everyone waits for. when a genuine 1970 Washington quarter dollar from an official proof set is authenticated and preserved in top condition. Its estimated value can reach somewhere between $45,000 and $75,000. One coin. 1 year. A quiet rarity hiding behind a familiar design. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most expensive rare Washington quarters from the United States of America, please like this video, share it with fellow coin collectors, and subscribe to Coins History for more hidden treasures and remarkable coin stories. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever checked your Washington quarters closely? Thanks for watching, and happy collecting. Coin 5. Welcome back to Coins History, where the smallest coins often carry the biggest surprises. Today's video is about a Washington quarter that almost no one talks about, yet serious collectors quietly respect. A coin that hides its power behind a modern date and an innocent appearance. The Washington quarter dollar from 1988 is usually ignored. Most people see the year and immediately assume it cannot be rare, cannot be valuable, and cannot be special. But that assumption is exactly what makes this coin so dangerous. Because the truth about this coin lives far away from circulation and deep inside the world of proof sets. By 1988, the United States Mint had perfected the art of proof coin production. Proof coins were not made casually. They were produced with precision, patience, and intention. These coins were created for collectors who demanded perfection, not for everyday spending. A proof Washington quarter from 1988 begins with specially prepared coin blanks. These blanks are polished to a smooth, reflective surface. The dies used to strike the coin are carefully treated to produce sharp details and strong contrast. Each coin receives a controlled strike that brings out depth and clarity you will never see on a regular quarter. The result is a coin that looks different the moment light touches it. The background reflects like glass. Washington's portrait appears frosted and bold. The lettering is clean and sharp. Even the smallest design elements feel intentional, not accidental. Now here is where the story changes. Although proof coins were meant to stay inside sealed proof sets, not all of them did. Over time, a very small number of proof Washington quarters from 1988 became separated from their original sets. Some were mishandled. Some were misunderstood. Some were simply forgotten. Most proof coins do not survive outside their sets. Their surfaces are delicate. One careless touch, one cleaning attempt, or one trip through circulation can destroy their value forever. But a few survived exactly as they were struck. Collectors search for these survivors relentlessly. They examine coins under magnification, looking for untouched mirrored fields, strong frosted contrast, and absolutely no signs of wear. They study edge reading, surface texture, and strike quality. A true proof coin does not need explanation. It announces itself. What makes the 1988 Washington quarter especially intriguing is how easily it blends in. It does not look old. It does not look historic. And because of that, it often escapes attention. That is why collectors call coins like this sleepers. In the world of U.S. numismatics, sleeper coins are some of the most exciting discoveries. They are underestimated. They are misunderstood. And when one appears in high condition, it instantly commands respect. Serious collectors know that rarity is not always about low mintage. It is about survival, condition, and demand. A proof Washington quarter that remains pristine decades after it was struck becomes increasingly difficult to find. Private collectors and auction professionals understand this well. When a confirmed proof Washington quarter from 1988 appears in exceptional condition, it rarely stays available for long. Interest builds quickly, often without public attention. These coins are not purchased impulsively. They are acquired strategically. What makes this story even more compelling is how close this coin could be to everyday life. It could be sitting in an old proof set album. It could be stored away in a safe. Or it could be mixed into a group of coins someone never thought to inspect carefully. This is why experienced collectors always say that the most valuable coins are often the ones people stop looking at. If you ever come across a 1988 Washington quarter with flawless mirrored surfaces, sharp frosted details, and no visible wear, stop. Do not clean it. Do not test it. Do not assume it is common. professional authentication and grading are essential. Once a coin is confirmed as an actual proof set Washington Quarter, its identity changes completely. It becomes a certified collectible with serious market interest. Across the United States, demand for rare Washington Quarters, proof coins, and high-grade modern issues continues to grow. As fewer pristine examples remain, competition among collectors becomes stronger. And now comes the moment that makes this story unforgettable. When a genuine 1988 Washington Quarter dollar from an official proof set is authenticated and preserved in top condition. Its estimated value can reach somewhere between $45,000 and $61,000. 1 quarter. 1 modern year. A hidden level of rarity most people never notice. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most expensive rare Washington Quarters from the United States of America, please like this video, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, and subscribe to Coins History for more hidden treasures and surprising coin stories. Let us know in the comments. Have you ever checked your modern Washington Quarters closely? Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!